Yeah. Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man, shit, nigga. They tear their head over, nigga.
Right where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert. Another cop can stretch the nigga. He ain't demon, it's an exorcism. Watch out the nigga. You took that open blood, then you know I'm gonna get active with you. From the opposition, I see vision. Let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit and I ain't listening. Is in fact the if revenge was a woman, now I scope that bitch like Jackie. So I war, we gon' run the summer. It's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I can't do that. Bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he says something, I ain't hear him. This shit like it ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game change. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Bring shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand that feeds you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitching about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. A certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow son, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my bread, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my access. Yes, you said. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering?
Absolutely.
Should a thief go to jail when he steals?
Absolutely.
Should a robber pay back the money he robbed?
Absolutely.
So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did?
That's right. That's
right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never a home, only a place of captivity, safe facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom, we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback dog.
It's in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying people come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head. In this body, the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in his dress. She a bombshell. Is circle. I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box. I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. That was designed fire for our babies to pass through it. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous. I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a door. It's a door. Payback is a door. It's a door. Payback is a door. It's a door. Payback is a door. It's a door.
From Westworld.
Let's get it.
Don't be sure, tell them make sure. If not, we gon' make more. Clips say it hold 20, but I think it could take more. Grab a stick, fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, then I'ma take yours. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. This path I'm on is so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, I just ate more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit, bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in, I just break doors. Ballin' so hard, they asking what team that I play for. Scammer who? They ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Sick with it, feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the beast loose, what they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Paid my dues, never left a wage, I just rage war. So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Still against all enemies. In high school, you was the man that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing. Dog, I plan to keep you. Lose your mind where I'm from. I ain't talking from what you see. I never lost soul. Losing time, wasting steady pace, and you off track. I'm on that. You pray to God, hoping He can save you. But there's power about war, and that's a different angle. This another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason. Got a flash on the grip. Nigga, big priest. They gon' judge me by my increase. And I'ma keep stepping in these joys to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dot, put it on you, now you verified. One West world, bigger than World War III. Do not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then chains, so when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have the deep squad. Been rapping since knee high. Now a nigga shack size. Spit that holy fire, when you hear it, you get baptized. One West world, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the glow. Let's have a feast, let's shine on our enemies. Right in their face, let's blind all our enemies. Cause now we have, but we come from half knots. Throw that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud, raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck, burnt out I was from hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drop.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
So special.
This shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. 12 rounds hit hard, and this shit gon' go the distance. Way to exit cool, but wait till you see the interest. Know that we them niggas when we walk inside the entrance. Put me as the GOAT, you should be honored to get a mention. All my clips is standard, but I still get extensions. Switch on the big 30, sound like when it's spitting. Album so high, I had to give them an extension. One bust till they bury me. Yeah, that's the commitment. Don't trust the soul, niggas purring or they hissing. Been winning so much, they didn't think I put the fix in. Get the game to go my way, they gon' thinking that I rigged it. If I say it in my raps, I would do it or I lived it. What you say in your raps is entertainment, you just kidding. Hard times, I got tired of being broke, so I fixed it. This pole get the job done. Nigga, this is stick shit. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. The life that I chose, no turning back, we in this. They don't understand till we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, shit is endless. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. This the life that we chose, no turning back, we in this. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, this shit is endless. I believe in reincarnation, so you know this endless. I'm solidified and stamped, that's why I walk with a signet. Build it from the ground up, did it all independent. Don't put your head in my business, to the wall I'm appended. They say I walk around like I'm perfect, bitch, I'm sinless, blameless. And if you ain't the same, I'm against it. Was born with the shit, the other half, I'm just gifted. 20 on me, wish a nigga would so I could spend it. Start from the branch, then I ain't at the soil you. Got a pair on me, that'll leave your family tree spoil you. Can't catch you, then I get your man, make him lord you. The only comp is me, and I'm trying to be cordial. I feel like I'm royal, you interchange with the mind. I love a 10 with a sexy walk, but I take a switch with a 9. Gear up and go crazy when they tell me it's time. Empty the whole clip to the last shot like the game. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. The life that I chose, no turning back, we in this. They don't understand till we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, shit is endless. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. This the life that we chose, no turning back, we in this. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, this shit is endless.
Shalom, 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 Israel.
Shalom, Madawan. Yahbashim Yahshai Brakatah.
Yahbashim Yahshai Brakatah. All right, so this is I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica. You know what I mean? Officer Kayadwan filling in for Officer Abadawan. He'll be in shortly. You know what I mean? I know the thing go. Yahbashim Yahshai Brakatah to my brothers. Yahweh Alathan Basham Yahweh to my sisters. All right, so you know what I mean? Tonight's topic is God still hates integration. You understand? And if you follow the Christian church, you will think that God is all about integration. You understand? You will think that God wants the world to come together in peace and love and harmony. But, you know what I mean? Contrary to that, the Bible speaks differently. You understand? All right, brother, could you jump to the book of Ezra, chapter 9, Baba Koshap, for me, please? All right, it seemed like the brother froze. I'm freeze. All right. So we're going to start, we're going to read the book of Ezra, chapter 9. You know what I mean? We're going to wait till the brother come back in. It seems like a little bit of technical difficulties is going on. Zin? All right, so we're going to start at verse 1, and it says, "Now when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the land, doing according to their abomination, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, and the Amorites." You understand? So Ezra was getting complaints. You understand that the children of Israel in this are because they were under the Persians at this time. You understand? And we were under the Persians at this time, and you know what I mean? We were second-class citizens, and we were going off into the ways of the heathens. You understand? And Ezra at the time was trying to bring Israel together to serve the Most High. You understand? And part of serving the Most High means that you can't marry the other nations. You can't be with the Moabites, which is the Chinese. See? You can't be with the Edomites. You can't be with the Canaanites. You know what I mean? You can't be with any other nation. But by this time, Israel gone off. You know what I mean? And went off into integration. You understand? Just like we go off today, marrying white women. You understand? Just like we go off today, marrying, you know what I mean, the Africans, marrying the Chinese, you know what I mean, marrying the Japanese, the East Indians. You understand? The same way we went off back then. You understand? And this was a problem. Let me jump to verse 2. See? Verse 2. For they have taken off their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those land. And look at how the Bible refers to us as the holy seed. The Bible calls us the holy seed. 1 second. See? 1 second. Know what I mean? So the Bible calls us the holy seed. We know that holy means separate. See? Okay. So, okay. 612. All right, we know that holy means separate. See? But the Most High call us his holy seed. Mean not even intermarrying the Most High one with the intermarry with the other nations. You understand? Not even for intermarry with the other nations. Because we are the Most High holy seed. What that mean? That mean the Most High, him consider our genetics. You know what I mean? Mean the Most High, we are like his, I will not call Israel cattle in any kind of way, but we are like the best out of the earth. You understand? You know, like when you have a very fit and lean bull, you know what I mean? You don't want to mix that bull with any weak genetic bull. Yeah, not bull, but cow. See? You don't want to mix the breed with any other, you know what I mean, cow or, you know what I mean, where is inferior to that bull. You understand? It's the same way with we. The Most High don't want us mixing with the other nation because the Most High took, you know what I mean, he put work into bringing us and making us a nation. You understand? To the point now that, look at us today. We are the most athletic. We are the smartest. We have the best culture. You know what I mean? Everything about us is just better than every other nation. That is the Most High's work. We did not do that off our own. We did not say, all right, let us be talented. Many of us just born with talent. We don't know when we became the person who can do this. We don't know when we became so fast. We don't know when we became so strong. It just is an inbred thing. That is the Most High's hard work. You understand? And the Most High say, we are the holy seed, meaning we must not mix with the other nations because they are inferior to us. All right, so let me continue reading. 1 second. See if we can get TikTok up and running. You know what I mean? In the meanwhile. 1 second. All right, it seems like the brother is having some internet problem. See? All right. One second. Just give me a second. See? All right, so for as long as we can run on TikTok, we are going to make that happen. You know, really fully charged still, but we're going to go and try. Brother, it seems like your internet is giving a little bit of problem. Everything to up? You definitely have some internet problem. See? All right, so the Most High call us is holy seed. See, let me continue reading. Continue reading verse 2. So that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yeah, the hand of the princes and the rulers has been chief in this trespass. So it was our leaders who went off into marrying the other people. The people that the Most High said that we were better than and that we should not marry. You understand? And you would never think that the Most High think this way growing up in the Christian church. You understand? For the most part, the Christian church is all about loving the oppressor. Zin, but guess what? The Most High did not even want us to mingle, marry other nations. That is how much, you know what I mean? How I, the Most High, held our genetic. Me have use the word genetics. You understand? The Most High held our genetics high, like I brought down earlier. Zin, it's like you have a very lean bull and it's very big and muscular. You don't want him to mix with any inferior breed cow. I want me to say Israel is is cattle, but get the point what me I try to make. Or you know what I mean, a pit bull that you know what I mean, that perfect breed pit bull or Doberman. You understand that pedigree? See, that is all the most. That is the most I work when put in a we, you know, in hard work to make us. Oh, we are so athletic today. See, we are so talented today. That is the most I's hard work. And him said, don't mix with the Chinese, which are the Moabites. Don't mix with the Canaanites, which are the Africans. You understand? Don't water down your breed. Just keep it, you know what I mean? Keep it within the nation. If you have married a woman, marry her from your nation, from any one of the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand? Let me continue reading. Let me read back verse 2, by the way. See? Let me start back at verse 1 for those who just are forwarding. So the topic is God still hates integration. And you know what I mean? Right away, I know say we lose a lot of people right there. So because as far as our people concerned, God love everybody. But if you want to believe say God love everybody, that's up to you. But the Bible don't support that. According to this Bible, the King James Bible, which is the most accurate translated form of the Hebrew records, the God of the Israelites don't love everybody. Him don't love everybody. As a matter of fact, him don't even want to mix with the other nations. And this is why. And this is, well, not this is why, but this is one example of when, you know what I mean, this happened and it did not please the Most High. Let me continue reading. See? This is Ezra chapter 9 and 1, and it said, now when these things were done, the princes came to Ezra. See? This was when we were in Persian captivity. See? Saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated from the people of the land. Just think about that. The Bible may I read, you know, the same Bible where that greedy Christian pastor read and never tell you about this. See? So there was a complaint that Israel did not separate themselves from the other people, and it can go list the people them who them never separate from. Let me continue reading. From the people of the land, doing according to their abominations. And that is the reason, one of the reasons why the Most High don't want us to integrate. Because when we integrate, we start celebrate Christmas. We start do the abominations what them do. We start go off in an LGBT lifestyle. We start sleep with our brother's wife. We start do all sort of filthiness what the heathens them do. You understand? Let me continue reading. Zane. doing according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites. Who are the Canaanites? The Canaanites are the Africans. You understand? Let me continue reading. The Hittites, more Africans. The Perizzites, the Jebusites, Africans. The Ammonites, which are the Japanese. See? The Moabites, the Chinese, the Egyptians, more Africans. See? And the Amorites, Africans again. See? So the Most High, well, Ezra at this time was getting complaints that the children of Israel did not separate themselves from the greatest to, well, mostly the higher, you know what I mean, the rich of our people, like not the prophets, but the Levites and the princes, you know what I mean, the nobles of our people. You know what I mean? You're with us, brother?
Salakia, I don't had a Wi-Fi problem. I'm back though. Salakia.
Yeah. All right, I realize. We're there at second Ezra, not Ezra, not second Ezra, Ezra chapter 9, and you can start at verse 2. See?
Can't.
Yeah, man. So you would never think that this is not the Bible. This is what the Bible is all about, you know. The children of Israel separating from other people. Because, as I said before, those picture you have this, you know what I mean, this excellent Doberman. I will not say we are dog, and that may I say. This excellent breed. Zin, you know one thing go mix with no mongrel and water down the breed. Well, you are that Doberman, so to speak. You know what I mean? That excellent breed, a dog.
That's right.
Not saying that dogs, you know. Zin, that the most I don't want water on your value. And that is why you shouldn't sleep with the other nations. And with that, I turn the class over to Officer 1000 Abadawa.
Clap it up.
Go.
All right, so we realize that coming right out of the Babylonian captivity, we were doing the things that we were even probably doing in the desert, right? The Most I never like when we mix with other people. It's like you have horse racing. Horse racing, I don't know if I would say horse racing a big thing in Jamaica. No. But you know the days when horse racing was big thing in Jamaica.
Gone.
Horse racing is still a good sport. Wherever you go, whenever you have your horse, which is a thoroughbred, you don't mix your thoroughbred with other breeds.
Right.
You keep your thoroughbred as thoroughbred.
Right.
By the way, you're on TikTok, but no one switch over to TikTok.
We just end the live while I'm saying. You can't switch.
Damn.
What's
that?
That are just you know what I mean, technology and its flaws. I mean,
it's still not straight, you know.
You know, sound good.
No, the top vibrate.
Okay, let me fix that. All right, now jump out and jump back in.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Right, so you know the Most High's people we know is like that thoroughbred that you wouldn't mix with the other breed, with another breed of horse, which is not thoroughbred. Right? You wouldn't much better.
All right, go.
You wouldn't mix your hybrids with not hybrid. Hybrid is when across the breed, you know.
Gone.
But purebred, you wouldn't mix your purebred with other breeds. Because then when you mix it, you know, if you mix a thoroughbred, it's not thoroughbred again.
Gone.
That's right.
So it's the same thing with the Most High's people now. The Most High want his people to welcome to our TikTok viewers. Our Most High want to keep his people as purebred.
Right.
All right, we are reaching Ezra now.
Chapter 9, verse 2, sir.
All right, read on.
The book of Ezra, chapter 9, verse 2. For they have taken of their daughters for themselves, and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the princes and rulers hath been chief in the trespass. And when I heard this thing, I rent my garment and my mantle, and plucked off the hair of my head and of my beard, and sat down astonished.
All right, so you see who was the problem now? The hand of the princes and rulers.
Right.
They were the ones who, in other words, those who have the high office over us. They just like today, yeah, who are the ones who you say with other races as their wife among us. Those that have become more successful.
Good.
The ones that the people would want to look up to.
God.
They are the ones you see doing marrying into other races. If you notice, you don't even know if a poor person was doing this. It's not recorded in the Bible.
Right.
Right? But the princes and the rulers, that's the one, because it's like you see poor people a bleach. It's bad, but it don't hit home until when your rulers start doing it. Because when the rulers start to do it now, it's as if it has been sanctioned to say, oh, it's okay, do it. Right? At least our people believe that the Mosiah has changed his mind. And he hasn't. He has never changed his mind. All right, read on.
Another one, Khan. Verse 4. Then were assembled unto me every one that trembled at the words of God, of the God of Israel, because of the transgression of those that had been carried away. And I sat astonished until the evening sacrifice.
Read on.
And at the evening sacrifice I arose up from my heaviness, and having rent my garment and my mantle, I fell upon my knees and spread out my hands unto the Lord my God, and said, Oh my God, I am ashamed and blushed to lift up my face to thee, my God, for our iniquities are increased over our head, and our trespass is grown up unto the heavens. Since the days of our fathers have we been in a great trespass unto this day. And for our iniquities have we, our kings and our priests, been delivered into the hand of the kings of the lands, to the sword, to captivity, and to a spoil, and to a confusion of face, as it is this day. And now for a little space, grace hath been shewed from the Lord our God, to leave us a remnant, to escape, and to give us a nail in his holy place, that our God may lighten our eyes and give us a little reviving in our bondage. For we were bondmen, yet our God hath not forsaken us in our bondage, but hath extended mercy unto us in the sight of the kings of Persia, to give us reviving, to set up the house of our God, and to repair the desolation thereof, and to give us a wall in Judah and in Jerusalem. And now, our God, what shall we say after this? For we have forsaken thy commandments, which thou hast commanded thy servants, the prophets, saying, the land unto which ye go to possess it is an unclean land, with the filthiness of the people of the lands, with the abominations which have filled it from one end to another with their uncleanness. Now, therefore, give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever, that ye may be strong and eat the good of the land, and leave it for the inheritance to your children forever. And after all that is come upon us for our evil deeds and for our great trespass, seeing that thou, our God, hast punished us less than our iniquities deserve, and hast given us such deliverance as this, should we again break thy commandments and join in affinity with the people of these abominations? Wouldest not thou be angry with us till thou hast consumed us, so that we should be no remnant nor escaping? Our Lord God of Israel, thou art righteous, for we remain yet escaped, as it is this day. Behold, we are before thee in our trespass, for we cannot stand before thee because of this.
All right. So what Ezra was doing now was reminding them of the law, what the law says. Now therefore give not your daughters unto their sons, neither take their daughters unto your sons, nor seek their peace or their wealth forever. So in other words, you're going to compromise because you want them money. You're going to want them to spend some money on you, so you compromise. Ezra is making them know that no, don't do that. All right. So where we go and find that what he said? Take me to Deuteronomy 7, 1 to 11.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 1. And it came to pass on the day that Moses and fully set up the Salakia. Moses had fully set up the tabernacle and had anointed it.
Hold on.
7 and 1.
7, you know. Verse 1.
Oh, Salakia, that's Numbers, Salakia.
Oh.
Salakia are the one. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 1. When the Lord thy God shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and hath cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou.
All right. So you know when you hear Rastas and what do you call them? Pan-Africanists talking about Africa used to be great. You know, the Africans were great. Well, here these nations which you're naming, you know, is what? They were Amites.
God.
And here it is where the Most High is telling you that these 7 nations were greater and mightier than us. So we never try to take that away from them. But this is what the Most High says now about them. Continue.
Khan. And when the Lord thy God shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. Thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor shew mercy unto them.
So this is how the Most High is telling us to treat those Ammonites. Back then, they were greater and mightier than us. And the Most High is telling us that he was going to deliver them into our hands, and we today. When the Most High was from the beginning was telling us to basically kill them out.
Right.
Right? And we now come believing that we are the same thing as these.
God.
We are not. Read on.
Can't. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son.
All right. So we
But
should not make marriages with them. Marriage is a form of integration. And the Most High is telling us, no, don't join don't join your daughter with them, and don't join your son with them either. Don't do it.
Right.
So this was what Ezra was speaking against. Read on.
Can't. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
No,
But thus shall ye.
This is the main reason why the Most High don't want you to join them. You are going to serve other gods.
Right.
That's right.
This is the first thing we start, as we start believe that we are Africans, the first thing we start do, believe that Selassie are God.
God.
And the next thing someone will start to do, talking about why we can worship Mother Nature. Mother Nature greater than we. You know them kind of talk there.
God.
This is why God don't want us, our God don't want us to join ourselves with other nations. It's as if we become stupid. All right, read on.
Can't. But thus shall ye deal with them. Ye shall destroy their altars and break down their images and cut down their groves and burn their graven images with fire.
Read on.
But for thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
All right, so maybe many of our people don't understand what the Most High mean by saying upon the above all people upon the face of the earth. It means any other nation on this earth which is not an Israelite, God love you more than them. It means that you are more than them.
Right.
Right? So many of us who keep saying that, why we for this and we for that, you know, like you want to show some sympathy for them. Guess what? They are above you now, you know. Are they showing sympathy for you?
La.
Showing sympathy to you? They are not. Right? You are in want and go to them and you see how they treat you. Yet, if they are in want and come to you, you help them, you know. Yeah, you can help them, you help them. But you are in wants and you need their help, you ain't getting it. But the Most High is not talking about what you physically do for each other. The bottom line is idolatry.
Right.
That is why it does not want us to integrate. Because what you hold as God in your mind, that is whose bidding you are going to do. You hold white Christ as God, you are going to do white Christ bidding.
Right.
You hold the cobblestone as God, you are going to do the cobblestone bidding. Whoever you hold as God in your mind, that's the bidding you are going to do. That is whose laws you are going to live by. As for us in the truth, we hold Yahweh Basham Yahushai as God.
That's right.
All right? He is the one that we know as God. That's the one that's in the Bible. And we are returning to it, to our God. Can't return to no white Christ. We can't return to no Haile Selassie. We have to return to the Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatah. You understand?
Right.
All right, back in now. I can't. I don't know. This internet thing look like it's what, island wide or something.
Probably, sir. Probably, because I have the same problem from time to time.
I believe something is happening with the phone companies that they are not really telling us.
Gone.
But I think I heard from a whistlebird in one of those. I think it was Flo. Was saying that really go and go away until we go fully 5G. The problem is causing from the 4G interfacing with the 5G.
Okay.
So you have to go straight 5G before they fully get rid of the problem.
Gone.
But it kind of unbearable. Well,
Yeah.
now we
Yeah, man.
see. Now we see why. I just a little sidebar. Now we see why America didn't want us to go to the China 5G because they know they were going into war with China.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You were going to say something.
But just to say, to add to your point, sir, you know what I mean? We go off in this Selassie thing, and you know what I mean? We didn't even know the history behind Ethiopia, and you know what I mean? How them come to claim our heritage, which we don't think is our heritage, Talking about lineage from Solomon. We don't even know that it's them wanting to be like us. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And we,
They wanting to be like us, and we are taking it to want because of slavery. We want to be like them.
Gone.
They even go as far as calling themselves niggers like us.
Gone.
Yeah, niggers,
Gone.
Yeah.
Okay, gone. And them translate that to mean what? King.
Yeah.
Because them know we are the kings. Them know the kings are the niggers.
Yeah. Then they know when we were great.
Gone.
That's the only thing I can give them props for, Remember when we were great. So till they name themselves niggers like us.
And the niggers, gone. Yeah, man. So it seemed like after we fell and was kicked out of the land, these nations try to capitalize, you know what I mean, on our identity,
Yeah, we can remember 700 years after. That's when the Jewish man, 740 AD.
Yeah.
600 and something years after the fall of Jerusalem, they, like they go back and study the record and say, why, say this, just like how America will go back into ancient Babylon and find the records. Take it back to America, read them and see what they can implement in their society.
God.
Yeah, and Sumer and Egypt and so on.
God.
Why we think they don't do it to us too? Of course they will. They build one whole nation after we.
God. Yeah. It's like sir that come like culture scavenging,
No,
and them scavenge out of dying nations, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And steal them culture.
Culture vultures.
God.
All right, what verse we reach in Deuteronomy?
7 and 7, sir.
All right, we're going up to 11. Read on.
Another one, Khan. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people.
Right, we were the least in numbers among all nations. So God never chose us because we did big and great. He chose us because, read on.
But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt.
Right, so the Most High just love us. because of he he made an oath with our fathers, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob.
Right.
That's the only reason why I'm still love him. Because he's not one to break his oath. Read on.
Khan, another one, Khan. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations, and
Right.
repayeth them.
Think of, you think since Moses' time till now, you think we passed through 1,000 generations? Nope, I don't think so.
Yeah.
If you use 20 years for a generation, you're talking about 20,000 years, ain't it?
Yeah.
And the Most High said, even through 1,000 generations, he does not break his word. Damn! We can't trust a nigga from yesterday to this with his word.
Good.
Ain't it? Yet still we want to fly up in God's face and feel say we know more than him. Him said don't integrate, and we say, nah man, look on them sweet bee over there, some man. We can't take one of them, man. Because them look good. You see, read on.
Khan, another one, Khan. Verse 10. And repayeth them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will pay him to his face. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I command thee this day to do them.
All right. What verse that?
That's the end of 11, sir.
Right. Thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgment which I command thee. The Most High make an oath with us, so because he does not break his oath, you better not break yours.
Right.
Because a part of his oath is that if you don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, he's going to punish you.
Right.
So it means if you don't keep it for 1,000 generations, what do you think is going to happen? What is going to happen?
Yeah, we end up in a situation like we're there now, captivity.
Continual punishment.
God.
Yep.
God.
That's how it is when you make a covenant with God. You better can keep your bargain. But you see the thing is, you know, if you get one generation to say, yes, we're going to keep it. You see, when your children come up and think, our children always want to do the different from, so them time they are old days, them the man. So you pick them tell you, you know. Them days they are old days now, and new time now. There's no such thing as no new time. The only thing new is you. Because you young. But the time ain't new.
So Salakia, sir.
Yeah.
Salakia. You think we never put much we call it emphasis in teaching our children the importance. You know what I mean? You know, we stay already as a people. We more enjoy the lavish lifestyle as opposed to teaching our children to, you know what I mean, appreciate. You understand?
Yes. But you know, one of the things that comes with integration is we teaching our children that we cannot choose for our children. Telling ourselves that we cannot choose for our children.
God.
So who you think this come from? This come from the Edens, you know.
Yeah, man, we don't talk about the integration, man. We are talking about when the next generation come, then basically water down the thing.
Right, which is why, you know, the generation that decides to move with God, you have to actually get it right.
Yeah, God.
Because the generation after you not going to walk as firm as you do.
God.
But the Most High say he will give us an heart to love him. So I suppose, you know, he said we have a stony heart.
God.
I don't know, maybe it's the punishment why many of us don't like him. Him lick too hot. You know, just like how the father who beat him pitney hot, you know, and him the pitney don't like it.
God.
So him say, "But take out the heart of stone and give us a heart of flesh." But that's how it is. He said he punish who he loves.
Right.
There's no other nation that have a blueprint now that has been as old as us, even though all the other nation was older than us, you know. Which of those nations have any blueprint to rebuild their nation?
La.
None.
None.
So that shows you that we are on the right track when we have Yahweh Basham as our God, right? When we have Yahweh as our God, we are on the right track because it's this. We have records from when we came out of Egypt, right? With even predictions telling you going into the heavenly kingdom. No other nation have that. All right, let's go into Ezra's chapter 10 now.
Yeah.
Salakia, what's that precept, other one?
Ezra 10.
And 1.
We had finished thing there.
9.
9. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we did finish 9, sir. Come.
Right.
The book of Ezra, chapter 10, verse 9.
No. 10 verse 1.
No, verse 1.
The book of Ezra, chapter 10, verse 1. Now when Ezra had prayed, and when he had confessed, weeping and casting himself down before the house of God, there assembled unto him out of Israel a very great congregation of men and women and children, for the people wept very sore. And the Sheshaniah, the son of Jehiel, one of the sons of Elam, answered and said unto Ezra, we have trespassed against our God, and have taken strange wives of the people of the land. Yet now there is hope in Israel concerning this thing.
All right. So they now accept their wrongs. That is the first step what the Most High look towards forgiving us. You first accept that you were wrong. Continue.
Another one can't. Now therefore let us make a covenant with our God to put away all the wives and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of my Lord, and of those that tremble at the commandment of our God, and let it be done according to the law. Arise.
Right. So now they realize that no, this is why you need the prophet. So you see why in the UPK we now people say we're too why are you so rough? Why are you so coarse? You think it take boy for Ezra to do this? You see what Ezra do? Report evening one a ear and him tear him clothes and him lay down and him cry unto God and then him go to the people. And he did not go and hold their hand and sing Kumbaya and say, oh, come, let us. No. Ezra get real coarse on them. Right? Ezra had to behave like a nigger to get them to change.
Good.
And to come into the realization that what they are doing is wrong.
Good.
Go on.
Another one can't. Arise, for this matter belongeth unto thee. We also will be with thee. Be of good courage and do it. Then arose Ezra and made the chief priests, the Levites, and all Israel to swear that they should do according to this word. And they swear. Then Ezra rose up from before the house of God and went into the chamber of Johanan, the son of Elishib. And when he came thither, he did eat no bread, nor drink water, for he mourned because of the transgressions of them that had been carried away.
So in other words, they went into captivity, but the sins were still there. And now it's time to rebuild the nation, and the sin looked like it was even greater.
Right.
Because now all of them sporting other woman as them wife. No way different than today.
Right.
Continue.
Salaki, other one. Khan, other one, Khan. And they made proclamation throughout Judah and Jerusalem unto the children of the captivity, that they should gather themselves together to Jerusalem, and that whosoever would not come within 3 days, according to the counsel of the princes and the elders, all this substance should be forfeited, and himself separated from the congregation of those that had been carried away.
Right. So 3 days, and if you don't forward, we're going to confiscate everything that you own. No, this is not a soft and move. This is coarse and rough.
Right.
Go on.
Khan, another one, Khan. Then all the men of Judah and Benjamin gathered themselves together into Jerusalem within 3 days. It was the 9th month, on the 20th day of the month. And all the people sat in the street of the house, Salakia, on the 20th day of the month. And all the people sat in the street of the house of God, trembling because of this matter and for the great rain.
All right, so who was there? The men of Judah and Benjamin. You Jamaicans, you Black Americans. You see, this is why we know. You see how Jamaicans just love going to America. I mean, every nation want to go to America, yes, but we go America, we go right among the Black Americans. It's not new, you know. We were from the same kingdom. So here we are rebuilding the kingdom. Then in Ezra time, here we are trying to rebuild the kingdom. Here we are rebuilding the kingdom today again. And come on. Benjamin, it's all 12. Because all have sinned, meaning the 12 tribes, they have all sinned and come short of the glory. Continue.
Khan, another one, Khan. And Ezra the priest stood up and said unto them, Ye have transgressed and have taken strange wives to increase the trespass of Israel. Now, therefore, make confession unto the Lord God of your fathers, and do his pleasure, and separate yourselves from the people of the land and from the strange wives.
Right. So, action time now. You come and you cry, yeah, God, I love you. Jesus, I love you, and thing and thing. But when you finish crying, you go straight back in the sin. No, this is action time now. So you come and you tell God, say, sorry, but guess what? You gotta get rid of that wife. She's strange wife among you.
Right.
Continue. Today, though, you're not required to do that. You know, when Christ come and take you up, he will decide that. He's not going to take her up. The angel is not going to take her up, though. You need to know that much. And if you are in the truth and you being in the truth, go get a straight wife, you might get kicked out.
Right.
If you have that straight
That's
wife
right.
coming in, you are nobody tell you to go and get rid of your wife because you didn't know. But now you're in the truth and you know, and you go do it, you might just get kicked out. Because now you're going to set a bad example for other brothers.
Right.
Read on.
Khan, another one, Khan. Then all the congregation answered and said with a loud voice, as thou hast said, so must we do. For the people are many, and it is a time of much rain, and we are not able to stand without. Neither is this work of the one of the one day or two. For we are many that have transgressed in this thing. Let now our rulers of all the congregation stand, and let them which have taken strange wives in our cities come at appointed times, and with them the elders of every city and the judges thereof, until the fierce wrath of our God for this matter be turned from us.
No, this wasn't just a one or two person. A whole lot of people did it. Whole lot. This is not a problem that could solve in 1 or 2 days. So Esdras is setting out a timetable now as to action. Read on.
Another one, Khan. Only Jonathan, the son of Ashiel, and Jahaziah, the son of Tikva, were employed about this matter, and Mushalam and Shabbatai and Levite helped them.
The Levites helped them. Right. Continue.
Khan, another one, Khan. And the children of the captivity did so, and Ezra the priest with the certain chief of the fathers, after the house of their fathers, and all of them by their names, were separated and sat down in the first day of the 10th month to examine the matter. And they made an end with all the men that had taken strange wives by the first day of the first month. And among the sons of the priests were found that had taken strange wives, namely of the son of Jeshua.
Hold on. So they made an end with all the men. So guess what? You have your wife. You let go your wife, you can be a part of us. You don't let go the wife, you can't be a part there. So they made an end with, meaning you not getting no office in Israel. Because those children, it's gonna come in like Ishmael and Sarah. You know, start throwing stone and Sarah and all that. Okay. They believe in that they're better than you. That's what all the crossbreeds do. All right, verse 18.
Khan, another one, Khan. And among the sons of the priests, there were found that had taken strange wives, namely of the son of Jeshua, the son of Josadak, and his brethren, Masaiah, and Eleazar, and Jarib, and Gadaliah. And they gave the hands that they would put away their wives, and being guilty, they offered a ram of the flock for their trespass.
Right.
And of the sons of...
So these men now that were named here, them say, all right, we'll put away the wife. So they go and get a divorce and put away the wife so that they can be of service to the nation. Can be of service to the nation with that strange wife. That's why in the truth, even though you're not required now to put away the wife, that strange wife can't come around. It can't be a part of the temple.
Right.
It can't be a part of the school, I should say. That's the rules. I know many of you out there think it should be otherwise because you out there don't live by rules. At least not by God's rule. Many of you live by your own rule, believing that you can save yourself All right, read on.
Go on, another one, go on. And the sons of Immer, Hanani, and Zebediah, and of the sons of Harim, Maaseiah, and Elijah, and Shemaiah, and Jehiel, and Uzziah, and the sons of Pashur, Elianai, Masaiah, Ishmael, Nathaniel, Jozabad, and Elash. Also of the Levites, Jozabad, and Shemai, and Kilaliah. The same is Kelita, Pethahiah, Judah, and Elazar.
Right.
Of
So
the singers,
it wasn't only Judah and Benjamin that was guilty of this. The Levites who remember
Eliza, Salakia.
from Levi. You have to take a woman of Levi as a priest. And what have these men do now? They've gone to marry totally outside of Israel.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So for those on TikTok, we're reading the book of Ezra. We are in chapter 10. We are now at verse 24.
Khan, another one, Khan.
Right. Ezra 10:24, reading on.
Khan, another one, Khan. Of the singers also, Eliashab, and of the porters, Shalom, and Telem, and Uri. Moreover, of Israel, the sons of Parosh, Ramiah, and Josiah, and Malchiah, and Mayamin, and Eleazar, and Malchijah, and Benaniah, Salakia, Benaiah, and the sons of Elam, Mattaniah, Zachariah, and Jehiel, and Abdai, and Jeremoth, and Eliah, and the sons of Zatu, Elionai, Eliashib, Mattaniah, and Jeremoth, and Zabad, and Aziza, of the sons of Bebel, Salakia, and the sons of Bebai, Johanan, Hananiah, Zabiah, Salakia, Zabai, and Athlai, and the sons of Banai, Meshullam, Maluk, and Adiah, Jashub, and Sheel, and Ramoth, and the sons of Pahath, Moab, Adnah, Chilal, Benaiah, Messiah, Mattaniah, Bezaleel, and Benuai, and Manasseh, and the sons of Harim, Eliza, Aishajah, Malchi, Shemaiah, Shimeon, Benjamin, Maluk, and Sheremiah, of the sons of Hashum, Mattanai, Mattathah, Zabad, Eliphalet, Jeremiah, Manasseh, and Shimei, of the sons of Benai, Madai, Aram, and Uel, Benaiah, Bediah, Shalu, Benaiah, Meremoth, Elishib, Mataniah, Salakia, Matanai, and Jaasur, and Benai, and Benuai, Shemai, and Shelemiah, and Nathan, and Adiah, Makandabai, Shashai, Sharai, Azariel, and Shalamai, Shamariah, Shalom, Amariah, and Joseph. Of the sons of Nebo, Jael, Mattaiah, Zabad, Zabina, Jador, and Joel, and Benaiah. All these had taken strange wives, and some of them had wives of whom they had children.
Right. So these are those what? And these are taken strange wives, and some of them had wives by whom they had children. Some have just wife, and some have wife and picnic. But they had to put them away if they decide to be of service to the nation, to the rebuilding of the nation then. But it was so much that they made record of them going to them. Like I said, they had to put them away. They can't be of service with those women. Why? Because they would be going back to the high places. So these trades wife that they marry into while being in captivity, you know. If you remember going up to captivity, we always going to the high places. And in these high places were the other nations. We went and go and worship other gods with those nations, right? That we allowed to be in our land, hide them off in some mountain with temple and thing and go up there when we're ready. Easter time, Christmas time, Valentine's, the kind of New Year. You know, worship all them false god and thing. But now we in captivity, what you think they do? Marry them same people that picnic. Marry off those nations. Because once we were in captivity, those other nations weren't in captivity, you know. So financially, they are going to be better than you.
God.
They are not in oppression. So those among us who had power and were, become successful, didn't want to look back down on the little poor Israelite woman. They want women who, in this world today, they say money married money. Ever hear that said? Yeah.
God.
So in money, this is why many of the basketball players and rappers and the successful men of Judah go and marry white women and other women. Because for some reason they are convinced that these other nation women would be of better service to them. Until they get hit with a golf club and realize that the woman they married was still a pole dancer. That attitude has not come out of her. She still want to bust your ass.
Right.
Yeah. As in the case like Mr. Woodsman. All right. So that's it in Ezra's time. That was how it was. Ezra had to purge the nation and in rebuilding, you can't rebuild with known sins. You have to get them out. Or you're going to pay the price. Which is why today, that's why we have, counsel within the UPK. You make a mistake, there is counsel. You know what's a good thing too? There is counsel before you even make the mistake. Where you have a plan, you go and get that seen through before you actually implement it. But this problem that Ezra was facing was not new. This was something that we were doing from the time in Moses' time. Right? Take me to Numbers 25. 1 to 9. And I can even take you a little further back to Officer Kayadwan. Give me sons of God in Genesis.
Another one can.
And
The book of
Numbers. Give me Numbers.
the book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 1. And Israel abode in Shittim, and the people began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And they called the people unto the sacrifices of their gods, and the people did eat and bowed down to their gods. And Israel joined himself unto Baal, Peor, and the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel.
All right, so this was we trying to join ourselves with the Chinese, the Moabites, right? We committed whoredom with the daughters of Moab. So we go and start take up the Chinese, little Chinese thing now. So you see, we know it's like said on the most I said, don't join yourself with no race. We have to go and test each race, and say, maybe I'm not talking the Chinese. Maybe he's not talking the African. Because we are never have the same skin color. Maybe I'm not talking the white man. Maybe I'm not talking the Israelite. We have to go and test each race, and only to find out that the Moses is really talking about every single race. Don't join yourself with them.
Right.
Because they do not have a good intention towards you. That's the reality. Many of us go and marry them, and because you marry them, and they show you little love. You think they like your people? They want you to love their people. They're not like your people. All right, what verse you at?
Verse 4, sir.
Read on.
Another one can't. And the Lord said unto Moses, take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord against the sun, that the fierce anger of the Lord may be turned away from Israel. And Moses said unto the judges of Israel, slay ye every one his men that were joined unto Baal, Peor. And behold, one of the children of Israel came and brought unto his brethren.
Hold on.
And Midian.
Hold on. What has happened here with Baal Peor? It was the Moabites, but we didn't only join ourselves with their daughter. The same thing that the Mosai was telling us, that if you join with their daughter, it's going to happen. This was what was happening. We go and join with their daughter, and now we start going to the daughter them church.
Right.
And the Mosai get angry. So the Mosai say, all the men them who do it, take their head and hang up.
Put them head on a stake.
And then you are going to say, we, the UPK, we too coarse. No, we are loving. We never hang up man on head.
Right.
All you said Rasta and white cries and so. We never hang up any man's head, and we have no such intention. But you see what the Mosai told Moses to do? Hang their head where? Take all the heads of the people and hang them up before the Lord. So what do now? Put them on a stake. Poof. Hello, we serve a cruel God, you know. Now, if he punishes us this way, just imagine how he is going to punish those whom he don't love. Then, just imagine how he's going to punish those who don't love. The Most High is trying to build the society here now, and you go on out there. No forgiveness for you, you know. He didn't tell Moses, he said, talk to them and get them to change, you know. He tell Moses, he said, take them, cut off their head and put up their head before God.
Right.
What verse that?
Verse 6, other one.
Read on.
Another one can't. And behold, one of the children of Israel came out and brought unto his brethren a Midianitish woman in the sight of Moses and in the sight of all the congregation of the children of Israel, who were weeping before the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And when Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he rose up from among the congregation and took a javelin in his hand. And he went after the man of Israel into the tent and thrust both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman through her belly. So the plague was stayed from the children of Israel. And those that died in the plague were 24,000.
All right. So you see how this is how the Most High work. But look at the spirit of this person. We were there weeping before the tabernacle because the Most High kill out many of our people because of we joining ourselves with other nation. And this man take him like a tiny thing now and walk in front of Moses and high priest and everybody and gone in a tent with him like a tiny thing. No, he didn't go in there to have a cup of tea with Miss Chin. He went in there to take Miss Chin unto wife and to bed, to have sex with her. Because the only thing Phineas did was to go in there and just use the javelin and strike it in the two of them. The Most High required blood. That's the kind of God he served. He let you know that justice is served through death or through punishment, depends on the time. Right, you see, is when Phineas did that him decides, all right, enough killing now, ease them up. All right, so you have Sons of God, Officer Kairon.
Canada one can.
This is Genesis.
Cancer.
Genesis what?
Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1. This is the book of Genesis chapter 6 and verse 1, and it says, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them. Verse 2, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were feared, and they took them wives of all which they choose.
Verse 3.
Canada one can, verse 3. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that is also flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years.
Right. So the Most High, even from before he gave us the law, he had a problem with his people that he chose. These sons of God were what's his name again? Adam lineage.
Yeah.
Right? These were the people who he communicated with in the earth. From the time of Adam, he always have his people that he communicate with in the earth.
Yeah.
And these men now were marrying with the daughters of men. Now, yeah, we know that many of you false religion now, they take this to mean that, great men, as in angels, as in God picking used to walk on this earth. And of them, just like when they tell them in the book of Enoch. Right? Not knowing, not understanding the breakdown. Because the sons of God, that's us. Aren't we as Israelite in other scriptures refer to the sons of God?
Salakia, sir, our name literally means sons of God. Yashar
Thank
Allah.
you. That's what Yashar Allah means. That's what Israel means.
God.
Son of the power.
God.
So when you read in Genesis here, before
our prince of the power,
before Abraham, where it said the sons of God, it's just that he didn't have a covenant with us, but it's the same spirit, the same people.
God. So
So you
like you
can't
said, that means yeah, we said one dead man.
Yeah, we see, man.
Okay.
But it's just that we didn't have a covenant then. It was after the flood. And then even after the flood, the world was still going in idolatry. And then Abraham met the stand.
God.
He said, nah, man. Now go follow them people, you know. Now stick to what are we supposed to be sticking to. We are sons of power.
Right.
Right? So that is at Genesis what again?
Genesis 6. We reach verse 3.
All right, we're not going any further with that.
God.
All right. So we know that when we tell you that, you know, stay away from integration. When is Martin Luther King Day again?
Last year, let me check.
I think in February, or something like that.
January the 16th.
January.
God.
Okay, so we're coming pretty soon to Martin Luther King Day, January 16th. And Martin Luther King Day marks the big integration of the blacks and, if you want to say, whites in America. And who did this integration benefit? What did we lose? We lose Black Wall Street.
God.
We lose all the thriving black communities. And what did we gain? We didn't gain anything. We could still have our rich, as a matter of fact, we would have our rich basketball players and we would have our rich musicians. And they wouldn't have any contract with these people who believe that they continually own us. It was these people who come in with the idea of enslave us, you know.
Right.
Same people, them. Just like how they own everything today. Captain Tizariak having that interview with Kanye. And I think that they say, this is for free speech. And as the man declared that, of course we are the true Jew. They are Jewish. Just bloop. Knock it out.
God.
So that shows that who own things. There's one set of people who own things. Just like Kanye is saying. So more and more they are proving it each day. That is really one set of people who own everything.
Mm-hmm. God.
And which is why the Most High does not want us to be in any form of integration with these people. How can you preach integration to us and then after we integrate, you own we? What kind of integration that? Eh?
God.
How can I say, yeah, may I go in a partnership? And then you hold all the cards after me come partnership with you? How can I go so? Eh?
Right.
I've seen in a song, you give me a contract where you even own me. Not even the song alone you own, you know, you own me. You own the name. You even own the name.
Right.
This is how cruel the other nations are to us. And the Most High tell us, stay away from them. But you know, as usual, we believe that we know more than God. And we believe that we can go and, you know, try every nation. The Most High is telling you that you are really desecrating the royal seed. And I don't want you to do that. All right, take me to 2 Corinthians 6, 16 to 17. So in the Old Testament, the Most High, it's plastered throughout the Old Testament, you know, where we should not integrate with the other nation. But people believe that because, you know, the New Testament is the New Testament now, all that changed. It has not changed. In Corinthians, Christian interpret it now to say that all who is Christian is now the Son of God. That is so wrong.
Right.
Because the Son of God is according to the flesh, according to the seed. It's either your daddy was an Israelite or he wasn't. And if he wasn't, you're just not the Son of God. You can't do nothing about that if you're born an Indian already. You're born an Elamite already. You're born a Moabite already. We can't change that. We can't change again. Yeah, you go and find out what is Elam and what you should be doing, and what is Moab and what you should be doing, and what is Ishmael and what you should be doing. And leave us alone. Leave us to grow.
Right.
Because you come among us just like DJ Khalib as an Ishmaelite. And what happened? Want to elevate himself above you.
God.
Oh, we never go amongst them other nation and try elevate ourselves among them. We respect them enough to let them keep their dignity. But they always want to come amongst you and take your dignity.
Right.
Why? And then many of our selfish brothers who become Rastafarian, married other nation, under this feeling of one love, don't even know what you're talking about. Because you married a nation woman, trying to impose that on us. God love everybody. That's why we know that you Rastas are Christian.
God.
We have the same doctrine.
Mm-hmm.
God love everybody, and there's nowhere in the scripture that tell you that. God love all in people, Israelites. From Old Testament to New Testament. That doesn't change. You better learn to read the fine print. Pretty soon, you're all following the events of this world. During the Cold War period, it was the UPK wasn't born yet, UPK is around now. Different thing now. The missile going to just strike indeed one day. And the thing is, the Mosai is going to clean out before the missile strike. That's why you see you have so much killing among us, That's why there's so much killing among us. Jamaica, anywhere the Israelite nation is, the Mosai is cleaning us. Judah the Judite, yeah. Welcome, Judah the Judite on TikTok. All right. All right, so who have 2 Corinthians for me?
Chapter 6, verse. Which verse are the one?
Hold on. I think it's wrong.
Start from one.
No. 16 and 17.
The book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, verse 16. And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God, as God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people.
Right.
Wherefore,
So hold on. What agreement hath the temple of God with idols? What's the temple of God?
Your body.
Look,
Or body, sir.
the individual.
Right.
Okay.
So in the New Testament now, it's bringing it home a little more now, making you know that the temple of God and their idols. What agreement have the temple of God with idols?
Right.
So your body, that's us, have nothing to do with the idolatrous people. That's what it is saying. And God let you know that He dwells in His temple. So He dwells in you. Don't take that body and go lay it on this idolatrous nation. 17.
Another one can't. Wherefore come out of Salakia. Wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
So, I mean, this is the New Testament. So, when people talk about I'm a New Testament Israelite, I'm an Old Testament Israelite, I'm a New Testament Israelite, that is stupid. It's one testament, you know.
Right.
All that is happening here now in 2 Corinthians is that Corinthians is again. Paul is now explaining separation. Right? This separation is like this. Most I want us to separate because your body is his temple and he has no agreement with idols. Right? Hence, don't mix with them. Separate yourself from them.
Right.
And while you're separating yourself from them, touch no unclean thing. Don't stop eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster. Stop making your sisters into whores. Stop making your brothers into homosexuals. Come out of this LGBT thing. Right? There are so many laws for us to live by daily, which is why many of us now, you know, because we want to continue to smoke the weed and hide and eat pork and go and sleep with a woman as you have a mind. You know, all them kind of sinful things. We say no, the I.S.U.P.K not teaching the right thing.
Good.
Just in order to satisfy your personal desires, you know. You rather throw away the whole Bible, you know. But guess what? You can throw it away all you want. So when Christ come and Christ pick it up, he's going to require all that is written in the Bible of you.
Right.
You're going right back in the desert, right in the wilderness, and you have no control over that. So when you preach about, you know, nobody can tell you what to do and all that, we shall see.
God.
We're going to see. If nobody can tell you what to do. You see what those who believe that no one in Moses' time, nobody can tell them, say them enough, go sleep with that woman. And then with the Chinese them. You see what the Moses do? Just to kill them out. He didn't say run them out of the society and make them go and go live with them. He said kill them out.
Right.
Because they didn't even have the option. They didn't have the right to even leave Israel and go and live with the other nation. That's how serious our God is. Right. So he is still calling us to come out from among them. He is still telling us not to what? He's still telling us not to do what?
Not to integrate.
Not to integrate.
Yeah.
So Christmas is coming up. I mean, no, say, oh, big integration.
Yeah.
Christmas tree I buy like hell. And you all don't even know the history of that. You know unto yourself broken cistern. Yeah, them nations thing you can't take idolatry and bring it in the house of God and tell God to accept it and him accept it. It don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. All right, questions or comments? Anything you have to add, you can jump in.
Just to say, just to you know what I mean, to piggyback off of what you say, you know what I mean, sir. Them don't know the evil of Christmas. You know what I mean? Christmas is this Ethiopian who claimed he could fight God. And the Rastafari and them worship Selassie and celebrate Christmas. So like, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Easter too.
Right.
Yeah, man. Because when Easter come around, then look out for them Easter bunny, you know.
Good.
Yeah. Anyway, we have our thing coming up next weekend. How long Akarnaka supposed to last again?
8
days.
Yes, sir.
8 days.
Concert.
Boy, you know, the jury is still out. I was hoping we would get to have a, but you know, we have to meet up with Officer Arayala, you know.
Okay, good.
Right, officer? Right,
Can't another
Arayala?
one concert. Can't another one concert.
Yeah, man, we have to do some meeting up.
Right.
Yeah. And you know,
Salakia, sir, you went out a while ago. You just say something.
yeah, I was saying that we have to meet up for the Akarnaka year, you know.
Good.
Can't another one concert.
So what kind of drink we can drop in?
Salaki, if I may, sir.
Yeah.
I've still got the rental until I fly back. I renewed the rental today till the end of the month. So I'll still have the rental car on the 17th. But I wouldn't feel comfortable driving to Clarendon or Racecourse. I've never been down there. I don't know the route. I don't know the road.
You want to know the road?
I'd like to get some help if someone could come and meet me, or even meet me halfway or something like that, sir.
Right. The day that we're going to meet up, I'll come and meet you.
Another one concert. The water, sir.
Yeah, I'll just come and meet you somewhere and take you into, and then we'll meet up with Officer Kayad one.
Good.
Another one concert.
Do something, you know. And if we have any, if we don't know, TikTok viewers, I must still. And pay a cost, then cost we out, you know. So we don't know if we don't want to be in Akarnaka with us.
Salakia. There's a lot of weirdos on TikTok, sir. You have to, you know what I mean? Screen them first. Salakia.
I know what I mean. What did brother the name always across you? Mosiah.
Yeah, Mosiah one.
But you know what I mean, Mosiah though. When I drink, have a one drink with Mosiah, you know.
God, him. See if him there on the live. Talk to him and see him.
I don't see him tonight, man.
Okay.
Yeah. But Mosiah, if you're out there, you know, we can link up in a week coming here, you know. Yeah, man. We get to know each other and things. We can cuss with face to face. We don't have a problem. We know we're not going to fight. I mean, whatever Benjamin, it's just that you are say one thing, we are say another thing, but, you know, we're not going to fight it. We just meet in the spirit of brotherhood. Teachers' brotherhood. Not true?
Right.
Teaching brotherhood.
Concert.
Yeah. All right. So, any further questions or comments?
Last, sir.
All right. So with that, we pass the class. Nothing from you, Officer Arayala.
Laha, the one.
All right. I have nothing on TikTok either. So until now, we pass the class to Priest and Officer Kayado.
Clap it up. All right, these are the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, starting out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, there are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or a sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18 and verse 21. And Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10 means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you like to give. Upcoming Holy Convocation, that is the feast of dedication or Akanika. That is what Sir was, talking about a while ago. That will be on Saturday, sundown. You understand? This will be for 8 days. You can find this in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 4, verse 52 to 61. Reminding Akiam and Akwatiam to check on social media, such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he needs to start wearing all black, which includes black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. You know what I mean? And remember to pay your tithes. Then just go to ISUPK.com or .org. See, if the website is being refurbished at the time, you know you can go to the Zealots tithes at ISUPK.com. So pay your tithes, you understand? And with that, we say, I Mariam, which means to stand. Sar Wapanya Akwadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and then in English. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Kodash.
Ayah.
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 Shamka.
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 Yahweh.
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 Malakwatka.
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 Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Abana.
Ratazaka.
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 Ayah.
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 Aisha.
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 Baharataza.
Baharataza.
Kawa.
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 Ayah.
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 Washamayam.
Washamayam.
Hashemayam.
Nathannanawa.
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 Lakam.
Lakam.
Lacham.
Kal.
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 Yawam.
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 Wasalaklanawa.
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 Kawabwatnawa.
Kawabwatnawa.
Kasalaknawa.
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 Kawabwatyanawa.
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 Wala'a.
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 Tabaya anawa.
Zabaya anawa.
Banasayawan.
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 Abal.
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 Awashaynawa.
Awashaynawa.
Mayan.
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 Rai.
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 Kaya.
Kaya.
Rai.
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 Kaya.
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 Laka.
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 Amalakwa.
Amalakwa.
Hamalakwa.
Wa'ala.
Wahala.
Wa'ala.
Wahafapara.
Wathapara.
Wathapara.
La'aywalamyam.
Aywalamyam.
Aman.
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 In English, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name.
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Our Father, Lord in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom and the power.
For thine is the kingdom and the power.
And the glory forever.
And the glory forever.
So be it.
So be it.
So be it.
All right, prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living.
Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and
Our
earth.
all things.
Yahweh.
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 Name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen
to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen.
That speak against us, thy prophets.
That speak
against us, thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The
priests.
The Israelite brothers and the school.
The Israelite brothers and the school.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the heathen.
And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel.
And shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Cause their riches to enter into thy sanctuary.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites.
Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nation.
And their drug dealers.
And their drug dealers.
The court system.
The court systems.
The prison system.
The prison systems.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned
Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
All the governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
Pope.
Islam. Christianity. Egyptology. Militia. Ku Klux Klan. Aryan Nation. Skinheads. Posse Comitazi. The gay movement.
The gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
The lesbian movement.
Spies. Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space programs.
NASA space program.
Army. Navy. Air Force. Marines. Wall Street. Open up the internet and the airways.
Open up the internet and the airways.
The cable access channels and the radio channels.
Cable access channels and radio channels.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us.
Convict the spirit of any of thy people that to stop us. Salakia.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
And bring swift destruction to all the heathen.
That stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words.
That stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your word.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
Let loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go to and fro.
Cause them to go to and fro.
through the earth
through the earth
and consume them.
and consume them.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer.
Let Yahweh, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers.
Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers
and punish all the heathen
and punish all the heathen
that come up against us as we speak thy word.
That come up against us as we speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that hath done it.
Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media, through the whole world.
Cause it to be spread throughout the media and the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you always, so be.
Thank you always, so be it.
All right, this is the prayer for the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh.
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 Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Baba Kosha.
Baba Kosha.
Baba Kosha.
Nathan Lanoa.
Nathan
Lanoa.
Akak.
Akak.
Rakak.
Larapa'a.
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 Kalmakala.
Kalmakala.
Wakal Madawa.
Wakal Madawa.
Wakal Madawa.
Hakak.
Akak.
Akak.
Lata'a.
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 Amatazarayam.
Amatazarayam.
Hakak.
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 La'akwayam.
Lahakwayam.
La'akwayam.
Amathiam.
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 Hakak.
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 Irakawa.
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 Atama'ala.
Atamala.
Atamala.
Lagarashan.
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 Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Tuwada Aman.
Tuwada Aman.
Tuwada Aman.
In English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power.
The power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
The power to cure all manners of disease. And
the power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out in the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be.
To cast them out in
the name of Yahweh Shai, so be it.
All right, this is the prayer for the blessings in the Hebrew to bless Israel. Salakia, Yahweh.
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 Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak
Lanawa.
Wayasharala.
Wayasharala.
Yayasharala.
Wa'a.
Waha.
Waha.
Wayat Sapariam.
Wayat Sapariam.
Sabarian.
Barak.
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 Rapa'a.
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 Magan.
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 Hagan.
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 Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General Yahanna.
The generals.
The general.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
The young men and the sisters.
The
young men and the sisters.
Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Tuwada Aman.
Tuwada Aman.
Tuwada Aman.
All right. What you just said in English. Lord, in the name of Jesus, bless us and Israel and the school, bless, heal, shield, protect our loved ones in the name of Jesus. Thank you, so be.
All right, Sarah, which means to turn. We're gonna give one courtesy salute to the teacher, men of Israel. I'm Adim Shabbat. I'm Adim. Barak. Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Ba'asham Yahweh Shai Barakadah.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatam.
Yalamata, Sar, which means to turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters, men of Israel. Amadim Shabbat. Amadim. Barak. Yahweh Shamar
Yahweh
Allah.
Shamar Nadab Hashim Yahushai.
Yalamata. Class dismissed.
All right, officers, see you. Officer Kairon.
Cancer.
The person said 11 o'clock tonight, so you'll give me a call if you don't hear me call you by that time.
All right, cancer, yeah, man. No, sir.
All right, shalom.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.
All right, shalom.
Shalom, officer. Shalom,
Yeah, man.
shalom, shalom, Adawan. Most High in Christ.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to meet you. All right, brother.
Yeah, same way. Shalom, Adawan. Same way. And maybe if you ask the officer to leave your number for me on WhatsApp, I'll phone you before we all link up.
All right, Khan. That would be good. Khan. Yeah, man.
Okay, have a blessed evening, sir.
Yeah, man. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah.
All right. All right. Remember to like the class, share it around, share the link around. You understand? You know the thing already. If you have questions and comments, you know what I mean, just put that in the chat. You understand? Subscribe to this channel. This is I.S.U.P.K. Jamaica under command in General YAHANNA. And with that, we have a close off with some music. See?
So special.
This shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. 12 rounds hit hard, and this shit gon' go the distance. Way to exit cool, but wait till you see the interest. Know that we them niggas when we walk inside the entrance. Put me as the GOAT, you should be honored to get a mention. All my clips is standard, but I still get extensions. Switch on the big 30, sound like when it's spitting. Album so high, I had to give them an extension. One West till they bury me. Yeah, that's the commitment. Don't trust the soul, niggas purring or they hissing. Been winning so much, they didn't think I put the fix in. Get the game to go my way, they gon' thinking that I rigged it. If I say it in my raps, I would do it or I lived it. What you say in your raps is entertainment, you just kidding. Hard times, I got tired of being broke, so I fixed it. This pole get the job done. Nigga, this is stick shit. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. The life that I chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand till we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, shit is endless. What I speak is the truth, I don't care if it's offensive. This the life that we chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, this shit is endless. I believe in reincarnation, so you know this endless. I'm solidified and stamped, that's why I walk with a signet. Build it from the ground up, did it all independent. Don't put your head in my business, to the wall I'm appended. They say I walk around like I'm perfect, bitch, I'm sinless, blameless. And if you ain't the same, I'm against it. Was born with the shit, the other half, I'm just gifted. 20 on me, wish a nigga would so I could spend it. Start from the branch, then I ain't at the soil. You got a pair on me, that'll leave your family tree spoil you. Can't catch you, then I get your man, make him loyal. The only comp is me, and I'm trying to be cordial. I feel like I'm royal, in the change with the mind. I love a 10 with a sexy walk, but I'll take a switch with a 9. Gear up and go crazy when they tell me it's time. Empty the whole clip to the last shot like the game on the speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. The life that I chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand till we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. This the life that we chose, no turning back, we end this. They don't understand when we tell them no forgiveness. Rain on them, 40 days, 40 nights, this shit is endless.